Welcome to the 20 Minutes of Influence podcast. I am your host, Greg Jameson. This is Season 2, Episode number 5. Now, so far this season, we have talked about going through the process of getting people to your website, getting found in the first place, getting them to click on your website, getting them to stay on your website once they get there, and then getting them to come back. This particular episode is a little bit different, and that is that rather than specifically about your website, we're going to be talking about getting social. Now, getting social obviously means that we're going to talk about social media here rather than your specific website. And being social on social media is something that many businesses actually have a real problem trying to do this. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I actually, as I'm recording this, am in the process of conducting a little bit of an experiment myself. I have a bunch of contacts, connections on LinkedIn. I utilize LinkedIn a fair amount because it is really a business-to-business type of social media platform. But I think that this applies to all social media platforms, and that is to not just be pushing out information about me, but to actually connect on a deeper level with the people that I am connected to. So in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be visiting New York City. I have got, I'm trying to think, probably 1,000 connections in New York City. Quite honestly, I know about 3 of them. So I've connected with all these people in New York, and I don't personally know most of them. So what I've done is I've actually sent out messages to some of them. I can't do it to all of them because there's no way that when I'm only going to be there for a week that I can meet with 1,000 people, but I've selected a few of them and have basically said, look, I'm going to be in New York City. Let's get together in real life and see if there is anything that we can do to collaborate together. Or if we could just get to know each other a little bit better because I'm actually going to be there. You could certainly do this in your hometown too. You could do this whenever you travel anywhere. I have done this in the past when I've traveled to the West Coast. I went to San Diego and actually reconnected with a bunch of people that I had not seen for years. And as a result, actually met some other people in San Diego as well. So this is a good idea for you to try, is to actually put the social back in social media. You should not be out there simply promoting products time after time on social media. It is so annoying to me to be on the receiving end of this, where I connect with somebody on LinkedIn and immediately upon connecting with them, I get a sales letter from them asking me to buy their product or service. That is not what social media is about. People don't go on social media, even LinkedIn, which is a business social media site, to be constantly sold. They want to basically connect with you, like I said, on a deeper level. The whole idea of social media is to build up the KLT, or know, like, and trust factor. You have to understand that social media is all about building a relationship with someone. And you don't build a relationship with someone by constantly trying to sell them something. So the question then becomes, how often should you be selling on social media? And I've heard things all over the place where people say, for every 10 posts, one of them should be a sales message. And quite honestly, I think that's too many. The reality is that You should sell on social media only when it feels right within the relationship. So if somebody is a part of a group that you have, whether this be a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group, and they've been interacting with you on a regular basis and they start to ask buying questions, that's when you should make a sale on social media. Otherwise, social media should be for the purpose of socialization. That's what it's there for. Now, that's not to say that you can't advertise on social media platforms. In fact, advertising on social media platforms, people know it's a sponsored post, and it is a great way of getting new leads. So I do recommend that you advertise on social media, but on your posts, whether it be on your personal profile, your business page, within a group, the primary purpose needs to be social. Okay. I had an analysis run of my social media posts recently, and it told me that I was posting, in particular on Facebook, 13 times a month, and that was not enough. Some people will tell you that you should be posting something all day long, basically. Once in the morning, once at noon, once at night, bare minimum, maybe once every hour, that you should be posting something on social media all the time. I'm a business owner. You are too. If you're sitting there posting on social media all the time like that, you're never going to get any work done. So I personally disagree with that statement as well. Uh, how often you should post on social media? Look, if you're posting once a day, that's 30 times a month, and that's pretty good. If you're posting once a week, that's only 4 times a month. That may not be enough because, like we talked about with email marketing, you need to kind of be consistent, be in front of them in order to get some traction. It's going to depend a lot upon you and your business and the particular social media platforms that you've decided to utilize. There are tools out there, and I recommend that you use them, that allow you to create a post on one platform and automatically disseminate that information on other platforms that you might be using, so that you're not spending all of your time on social media. What you need to recognize with social media is that the whole purpose here and why you're doing this is not just to have fun, not just to talk to your friends and tell them what you had for breakfast. What you're trying to do is build up credibility for your expertise and to get people to know you, to like you, and to trust you. If you can do that, then you have created a really good social media presence. Now, the other question that comes up here all the time is, how do I balance posts between personal and business? Uh, some platforms like LinkedIn, you are kind of expected to only post about business types of things. Uh, Other platforms like your personal profile on Facebook, you're kind of expected to post about personal things. Your business page or your group on Facebook, you may want to be posting about business stuff. Other platforms, whether it be Instagram or Twitter, the line may get a little bit fuzzier. Am I posting this about personal or posting it about business? And again, the answer is going to be, it depends upon the persona that you are trying to project and that you want people to be following you on those particular platforms. I think it's always a good idea to put some personality and personal items into your business posts. You don't need to sit there and tell them what you had for breakfast. You don't need to sit there and tell them uh, all about your family problems and that, Uncle Joe is sick and I have to go pick up the kids this afternoon. Your business associates don't care about that. And you should understand that. But they also want to get to know you as a person. So if you sit there and say, hey, you know what? I've got this family trip planned next week, and I'm going to go see some extended family that I haven't seen for a while, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm not going to be able to answer your technical questions as quickly as possible. That is a really positive thing of intermixing personal information in with your business, because as a result of that, I get to know a little bit more about you. I get to understand that your extended family is important to you. And that is a really positive thing. So again, the big thing about social media, use it, advertise on it, do those things, but understand at its core that social media is all about being social and establishing the know, like, and trust factor for the people that are following you. So that's what I've got for this week. I hope you have enjoyed this episode about getting social. And if any of this has resonated with you, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber to the podcast, that you subscribe on iTunes/Apple Podcasts or wherever you consume your podcasts. And that once you do that, that you leave us a nice review as well. Plus, if you got some value out of this and you think that some other people would get some value out of it as well, please share this with your colleagues. Until next time, this has been 20 Minutes of Influence podcast, and I thank you for your time.